Hello, fellow Whovians. Tonight we are going to be reviewing the second episode in honor of Anthony Head and his passing. We're going to be reviewing Excelsis Rising, which is the second of 4 parts of the series. We've already reviewed Excelis Dawns. Excelis Rising will be the one for tonight. Excelis Decays with Sylvester McCoy and the Bernie Summerfield special. So we will be talking about Excelis Rising tonight, and we've got a few surprises as well. So stand by, Whovians. This is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hey, I'm Sophia Miles, and this is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hello, fellow Whovians, and welcome to another edition of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS in honor of the late, great Anthony Head. Some of you know him from Buffy and Ted Lasso. He also did some audios for Big Finish, and we are going to be reviewing the second of 4 of the Excelis series called Excelis Rising. It stars Colin Baker as the 6th Doctor. Was it good? Was it bad? We are going to be reviewing it for you guys tonight. We're going to be giving you numbers, and of course, we're going to have Gadget with the Who Knew News. Thank you for joining us. And if this is your first time joining us, welcome. Thank you for joining us here at The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Hi there, Dan. Good evening to everybody. If you already listened to Excelsis Rising, you're more than welcome to go ahead and put into the chats. Of course, we do our number system from 1 to 10, 1 being bad, 10 being the greatest. Put your number system in, and if you've heard the series, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you think about the episode. And if you are lucky, we will we'll post it up on the chats over down here later on, as well as anybody who wants to give us a super chat just for helping out the show. Of course, you always take priority. You will be posted out over here. Speaking of posted, let's go ahead and bring in the team for tonight. We're going to bring in the lovely Dave Chapman. How you doing there, Dave? Welcome.
Hello. I'm looking absolutely lovely today.
What are you doing? The flower thing. Nice. At least you shaved a little bit.
A little bit.
How goes it?
So when I was in Edmonton for an event,
yeah,
I ended up leaving my razor and trimmers in Edmonton. So I went for a month where I couldn't actually shave. So I just turned into a mountain.
And did you take pictures of this? I wanted to see you with Grizzly Adam was out there.
I was on the air. I just shaved today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't too bad. I managed to get it trimmed. I got a haircut, so I managed to get them to trim the beard back a little bit as well. But I had a little bit of extra space. I can
get to see your beard on one of your podcasts you just recently did, right?
You can go to last week's Traveling TARDIS and see what I had.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
It wasn't poofy. I like I said, I managed to get it trimmed down once, but there were just more. Like I usually keep a little bit of it shaved down, a little bit of shape to it, and it had just kind of gotten round and weird looking. But yes, I have shaved down a little bit, so I'm a little cleaner cut today.
I want to see you scruffy looking.
You've seen me
see how far it can go.
With this hat and scruffy looking, I look like George R. R. Martin. We established that.
And we're going to bring in the lovely Melanie Dean. She's bringing on her beard. How you doing?
I'm doing my best, Dave Chapman, forgetting how to. Yeah.
It looks like a COVID mask. How you doing, Melanie? Welcome.
Dave's like big bushy beard thing that he had. Anyway, I'm doing quite well. I can't wait to review Excelis. Which one are we doing? Rising.
I had to get it too. Dawn's Rising, Decay. So,
because I've been trying not to do the entire collection, trying to make sure I'm only listening to the one we're reviewing, so that way I don't accidentally kind of contaminate between episodes. So yeah, can't wait for this one. This is gonna be fun.
This one, and I love doing the Colin Baker series. I don't know why. When it comes to Big Finish, I love doing the whatever Colin Baker is doing. And
the pacing gets just so much more rapid fire.
Yes,
we've got a celebrity in the chats today.
Do we now?
We do. We have the official world's loudest person.
Yes!
the Guinness World Record holding world's loudest person.
Crier.
The town crier himself.
You can see Lord Joseph. Yes, you can see Lord Joseph on his show, the No Name game show. Definitely. And you can catch that on Facebook. I would love to catch it, but he's in Australia, and that's like 3 a.m. my time when he's going off. So I'm just like, no. Love you, Joseph, but I can't. What's that?
Just stay up late. I've done that.
Get up early.
A handful of times, but yeah, get up early.
Wait a minute. Do you guys watch his show too? I'm just like, do you guys
all the time?
All right, whatever.
I will not say all the time. I will be honest, but there are times that I have little insomnia kind of bouts, and yeah, I'm like, oh, sweet, 3 a.m. I can do this.
Yeah, I've caught it. It is admittedly rare because yes, it is Australia, and Australia time is another planet.
Gotcha. And before we begin, I got to give a warning to everybody.
Spoilers! Sophie. This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Yeah, we're going to be spoiling the hell out of this episode. We're going to be talking about that. So if you haven't heard the episode and you want to, or if you want, you can listen to it, watch us, and then go over and see the episode. You're on YouTube. Oh, good. It's about time, for crying out loud. You finally got on YouTube. So go ahead, check out the No Name Game Show on YouTube as well as Facebook. Either one is fine out there, according to Lord Joseph. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Gadget with the Who Knew News. Oh, wait. I used to help run the page Don't Blink years ago. We loved sharing your posts. Now I run Ruby Road and LGBT fans of Doctor Who and Torchwood. Alex, thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for joining us out there.
Yeah.
We'll just keep Gadget out first.
Yeah, sure.
Got it. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Gadget because we got a bit of a news to go through.
You guys are interesting and everything. Yeah, and stuff, because I'm loving the fact that you now have dyslexia script along the bottom. I'm like, subscribe chats and all that. I'm reading. I'm like, that's dyslexia script.
What is dyslexia script?
It's easier on a dyslexic's eyes. It's part of ADA and stuff. It's actually easier on a dyslexic's eyes. The words and everything bounce for us and everything.
Oh, okay. This font in particular is called Pangolin.
Wow. It looks exactly like the dyslexia font we use.
Okay.
It didn't give me a headache or anything.
If it works, it works.
It works. Because I was just saying something's different, and I'm like, why am I not getting a headache?
Well, the font that we were using was just like crooked and weird and all that sort of nice. I want something a little bit more like legible.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is good on the eyes.
Okay, we'll keep it.
Yep. And speaking of who looks good on the eyes, because every older teenager of my cousins had a crush on him in Goonies and everything. Robert Davey turns, believe it or not, 75 years old, fellow New Yorker. He was born in Astoria, Queens, and basically has graced our screens with a lot of cool movies and directing. He was the director of the Dukes, Roman Film Festival he was at. He's been a recording artist. He has a ton of stuff, and I think he has something in the works because there's a to be announced bad news on the doorstep in post-production about an upcoming American coming-of-age drama film directed by Tom DeNucci from the scripts written by Danucci and Joe I cannot do that one. Cervasio, adapted from the novel of the same name, and its casting is led by Chaz Palminteri. Really? My cousin Nancy he almost asked her out. And Robert Duvall. I'm serious. Yeah, Chaz Palminteri asked my cousin Nancy out.
Really?
And everything. Yep.
Do you guys remember when there was a year in the movies where Chaz Palminteri was like in every film, starring in like 3 or 4 different films, and I don't remember them all. But I just remember he was interviewed. I think it was David Letterman. He was sitting down, and it's like he was sitting and watching one of his movies, and they were going through the trailers of the other movies, and it said Chaz Palminteri, and the people in front of him would go, "Who's Chaz Palminteri?" He just would tap him on the shoulder.
Kid from the Bronx.
He's right here. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, the kid from the Bronx.
It's good.
It was like crazy. But wait for that to come out, guys, because that's going to be really good. And everyone's favorite time lady and royalty, Lala Ward. She actually turned 75.
Damn.
And I used to love doing the nose scrunch when I was a kid because everyone was like, how can you do that? I'm like, I just did it because I used to watch that episode where they were in Paris and the time shift and everything. And they felt like they were dizzy at the table. And basically, she's been staying to herself. She's been working with charity events for over 20 years. She was on the Actors Charitable Trust. And basically, the last time she graced our film screen was for The Prince and the Pauper in 1977. Mm-hmm. And the last time she graced television was for Doctor Who's Shada as Romana for 6 episodes in 2017. But 2013, she was in the 5-ish Doctors reboot. And basically is the sweetest person you'll ever know. But do many of you know she's the daughter of Edward Ward, the 7th Viscount Banner? I can never pronounce it because I didn't know that. I am very shocked.
I don't even know what that is. So you're gonna
very royalty. Let's put it that way, royalty.
I forgot who she was married to. She was married to a scientist for quite some time. I think
I'm trying to see that now. Let's see, career. She was in, her career started with Hammer horror film Vampire Circus in 1972. She's been the Duchess of Duke Street. And her Doctor Who basically was Time Lady Romana up until Gallifrey Audio with Big Finish, books and textiles and ceramics she works with. So personal life, she's on her 3rd husband now, Nicholas Rowlands. In 2020, she married him.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like you just say, she's working on her 3rd husband now.
But she was in a relationship with Tom Baker, yes.
Yes.
Yes, she was.
And according to her articles, that was her favorite monster from Doctor Who. So
yes, I read those.
Yes. So,
and speaking of her twin, on this, because 47 years old is Felicia Day. You know her from Supernatural, The Guild, Eureka, Dragon Age Redemption. Calliope is so cute. I got to see her once at New York Comic Con, and she was talking up a storm with everybody, having fun and everything. And her last basic award show was 2017 Behind the Voice Actors Awards. Her last film was with Tim Travelers and the Time Traveler Paradox as Delilah. But she does have her regular here and there podcasts and working on now Mugenics 2026 as a role of Cats. It's a creature role. So that, and also The Lost Daughter of Sparta is her audiobook that will be coming out soon. She's the narrator. So hopefully we see more of her on the screen, but right now she's behind the screens doing cool stuff and everything. And she turned, again, 47. I can't believe that. But she is bubbly as anything. But go ahead.
No, I was about to say
I was going to say about the picture, yeah.
No. If you keep going with the picture, I wanted to go ahead and wrap her up because I know
because I was going to say that we had some sad news. But if you had anything to go with the picture, I was going to ask you, did you have anything to tell them about the picture?
not about the picture, but we want to give a special shout out to one of our panelists, Robert Lupo.
Yep, that's what I was gonna.
Better known as, some of you might, I forgot. Sorry, Robert, I don't remember the other podcast that you're doing, but I know him as the Orlando Wizard. He used to go around to, and I think he's trying to kick it back up again. He's one of the folks that goes around to different Orlando attractions and gives his rating and such. And I think we're supposed to be doing a Halloween Horror Nights or roundup when we get closer to that. But there's Robert, and happy birthday, brother. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Appreciate you being out on the show out here. I know he's taking care of himself, but thank you, Robert, for everything. And now we'll move into
right, because I was going to have you do this first. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Bring him up.
As you all well know, we've been reviewing Big Finish, and we just got word that one of their dear friends, Justin Richard, writer, script editor, who worked on most of the Doctor Who novels, beginning with the 1994 Theatre War, as well as many others, has passed away. They said that Julie and Richard said there's no shortage of places where we'll talk about Justin's merits as father, his kindness, his care, his wisdom, his love. He was the finest father I could ever have wished for, and I will say that every chance I get from Julian. And also everyone is like devastated, only 64 years old, and his stories were pretty good and stuff. I'm getting into trying to figure out and listen to some of them while I'm reading the closed captioning. But some of his works were The Invisible Detective, part of the Unclassified Time Runners. He also co-wrote Chance's twin series with acclaimed novelist Jack Higgins. He leaves behind his wife, Allison, and two sons, Christian and Julian, the latter of whom has followed in his footsteps in becoming a writer at Big Finish Doctor Who audio dramas. So, yeah, he will be missed. And it's sad. They're all too young in age. That was too young, you know. But yeah, go ahead, Christian. Yeah. No,
let's say, and our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his friends, and the folks at Big Finish who work with him or I collaborated with him. So, Justin, thank you for all the Big Finish. We will be checking out some of his stuff in future episodes as we do reviews, as we're doing right now for the late great Anthony Head of Buffy and Ted Lasso and many other things, Repo the Genetic Opera. But rest in peace, Justin. Thank you. And,
and if you want to pick up anything, there's early bird savings on 2027's classic Doctor Who adventures at Big Finish. There is coming out, just came out yesterday, was the Ninth Doctor's Double Trouble. And before that was the Fighting in the War Room and a Rutanda love story. I am just checking right now. Hopefully July starts popping up some stuff. But right now, just pick those up or pick up any of Justin's work and everything. And speaking of Doctor Who work and all that, the craziest thing, we mentioned that Only Murders in the Building is now filming in London and showing off that they were able to snag a few doctors in the cast and everything, Jodie and also David. And they just started filming outside, and hopefully we'll see more footage popping up and everything. I was hoping people would have David's footage soon, but I think because of this is why Jodie canceled her this weekend's appearance at Film and Comic-Con Glasgow, because she is on set filming right now for Only Murders in the Building. So if you did have tickets for Glasgow Film and Comic-Con, please check and see if you can get a refund. If not, they do have other Doctor Who lineups. I think they have Verdata Setdu, Fraser Hines, and Wendy Padbury also appearing. So check the roster, see if there's any more cancellations or anything, because it looks like there's a lot of good people coming to the Glasgow Film and Comic-Con. But if you also want to sneak around London a little bit and get some shots and everything, you're more than welcome to send them to us and all. And I mean, if
they're not out there already somewhere, I'm sure they're out there.
Well, to be a fly on that set,
Yeah.
And I wonder, because they've got doctors, they've got Red Dwarf, they've got all these actors from all the sci-fi. So I'm wondering if it's a sci-fi murder mystery.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of British actors, I guess. That's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why do we have 2 doctors?
Well, we'll see. That'll be
Mhm.
interesting. Any other news items?
No, if you have anything you would have to share with us or anything, because it has been slow. I mean, everybody's just rehashing a lot of the old stories, hoping there's a new doctor. I mean, there might be a surprise tomorrow, but I sort of dropped the hint, but and everything. If you want to tune in at 5 p.m. tomorrow and stuff, I have a link later on and stuff, but I'll give that to Christian later and everything. But otherwise, there's really no news and everything.
We also want to give one special shout out to Acme Superstore, and I found this. Dave,
You did find it.
I found this scrolling through Facebook. I would never have known about this if I hadn't just went, the
Facebook Marketplace,
thing.
right?
Right. Well, no, not the Marketplace. It was just one of those ads that just pops up every now and then that just says, "Hi, here it is." So we want to thank Acme Superstores. Dave, this took 5 hours. I mean, it was just, I was like, well,
Is that all?
but here it is.
Yep.
Want to thank Kevin Smith for that picture. Melanie, he was such a sweetheart.
Yep.
He was hugging everybody in line.
I believe it. He's an amazing. He is an amazing person, and he's always been very fan focused in his interactions and making sure he has availability to speak with fans.
You should have seen him at New York Comic Con with Muse on the floor. They were batting back and forth, playing with everybody, and looking at everybody's cosplays when they did their thing a couple years back.
Mm-hmm.
And they were fun. It was like, do you let them loose on the show floor? They just went all over the place. It was just, let me see this. Let me check this out. Let me do that. That's how they were.
And Melanie, just to make things easier now, instead of having to give that long explanation, I will actually pull up my Facebook page, or pull up the Traveling TARDIS Facebook page, pull up all the celebrity pictures. And now I just say, you know what? It's easier just to show you than to explain this to you. And I think it's cool because they get to see, oh, wow. And even Kevin was going like, am I going to be a part of this? And I said, yes. And that's the pose that he decided to do for the Traveling TARDIS. There is a picture of me and him, and that's not going to see the light of day because
I like that one.
It's never about me. But no, this is the picture that he chose.
Everyone go to Christian's Facebook page.
It's not even there. I don't even put those out there. There's a picture with me and Capaldi, and I'm just like, the only place you'll find it is if somehow, no, don't come over my house. But there is one picture of me and Capaldi together. And just
I've
like,
seen these pictures. Where are they? Give me a minute.
Oh my God.
I'll find them.
I've got them.
Oh, there you go. Melanie will take care of that.
No, I'm like,
good.
I won't put them on here. I'll, give them to anybody who for a slight nominal fee. Monetize.
So thank you, Kevin. He was so sweet, and he was excited. He goes, nobody's ever done this with me. And I was like, cool. Glad to be the first. So probably the only one that does something like this.
So that must have been the year before you gave me the TARDIS that they were at New York Comic Con. Okay.
He was this past weekend over at Acme Superstore, so big thank you again for them. The only complaint, I was just like, it was a little slow, but the line formed inside the comic book store. And the only thing I didn't like about waiting in line is that they went up and down every other aisle. And the only reason why I'm a little bit frustrated about that is one of the aisles they missed was a Doctor Who aisle. I mean, we went around that and just like, God, if you're going to make me wait and just like the line just stands still, at least let me have the courtesy of going into the Doctor Who aisle. So, but it is what it is, as they always say. So thank you again, Acme Superstore, for that. Also, Dave, what do you think? Do you think we should do the YouTube polls now, or do you think we should do it after commercial break?
Let's do them now.
Let's do them now. Okay.
And then we'll do that. We'll do
All
it.
right,
We'll do them quick. We got 5 minutes.
We'll do them quick. Gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and go over the 3 polls now, and it's exclusively on YouTube if you want to participate in the polls and chat with other folks. One of the questions we asked: remember the war between the land and the sea? Were you able to watch it? And right now, as it stands, 31% of our audience has not seen it yet. 19% have. Unfortunately, 25% of our audience do not have access to it, and then 25% have no interest or haven't seen or have no intention of watching it. So that's an interesting case.
And yet you can get the scripts on BBC Writers page.
And we have nothing on Disney on Mouse Plus, right? We have nothing. Not even a word. Are they selling the DVDs at all?
In England, Steelbox. I had reported on the news last time.
Okay. I guess they don't want to make money. I guess that's the thing. So are you guys excited if it shows up? I'm almost betting right now, since it's June, I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think it's going to ever show up. No. They're not going to add the marketing spend. They would have to increase their marketing spend crazily just to get this in front of people. And even then, I've had very strong opinions about their marketing spend during Shooty's run. So I wouldn't hold my breath. I think you're going to have to go find it yourself if you want to watch.
It's in the archives. It's in the unit archives.
Do you think maybe AMC Plus will pick it up?
Not anytime soon.
No.
I suspect that eventually Shooty and World War will end up back in BBC's pocket in 3 to 5 years at the earliest. But that I think it was the Netflix Marvel shows, I think, were a 3 or a 5 year after the last one aired. And that's part of the thing. They might be holding off on it to contractually hold on to Shooty for a little bit longer. I don't, for whatever reason, just to be a dick for
Richard.
A lot of times it is based on the last time they air something. And then the clock starts ticking on when they lose the rights to it. So I suspect that's what it is. I feel like we'll probably get it around Christmas. I don't expect a big to-do about it, but I mean, I've seen it. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I will watch it again when it comes on Disney Plus. I will definitely support it. I hope people who have seen it through other methods will take the time to watch it on Disney Plus again, even if it's just like as background noise, just to show that people did want to see it.
Gotcha. Our next question on the poll. How do you feel about the upcoming multimedia story Circuit Breaker? More than half of our audience said they're not excited. About 14% said they are very excited. 14% said, I'll try a few stories out to test it. And 19% said, what is Circuit Breaker? Guys, I feel that Circuit Breaker is suffering from the same thing that Time Lord, Victorious, and Doomsday had suffered. I mean, like, I don't really appreciate these multimedia stories. No. Unless they're like what they did with River Song's books. Like they would put it in an episode of Doctor Who or try to, it would run sideways. But to jump all over like 4 or 5 different medias just to get a story out of something, I don't really. What do you guys think about something like this, especially Circuit Breaker?
I think it's going to be interesting to see how if they keep doing these. Clearly, this is the 3rd time they've done it. Doomsday was a disaster, so I'm surprised they did it again. But it gives, I suspect it gives them more benefit than it does not. Even if a lot of people aren't picking them up, there are going to be those few people who are picking up more comics who might not pick up the comics, will pick up the audios that might not have otherwise have picked up the audios, stuff like that. So I think it's to their benefit. It's stuff it's all stuff they're producing anyway. They're doing very little that's not already in existence. It costs them virtually nothing. It costs them marketing more than it costs anything else. Anything else is out of the production company's budgets. Titan Comics, BBC Audio / Big Finish Audio, they don't have to pay for anything to do it.
Well, my opinion on this, Melanie, is I think they need to stick with one media and just run with it. If it's going to be a comic book, make it all comic books. If it's going to be Big Finish Audios, make it all Big Finish Audios. I think jumping around like this can be. I mean, it's already confusing how to explain Doctor Who to people, let alone all this, Big Finish, comic books, Virgin books, all these things, the TV show.
And there's even a pre-order for it.
I agree that it's confusing for new people, or trying
Yes.
to bring people into Doctor Who, or bringing people into a new media. I was kind of in this. I'm not very excited. I already enjoy the comics. I already kind of read a lot of the comic lines, and I already like Big Finish. So I think this is a good way for them to go, oh, by the by, maybe since you do like Big Finish, maybe check this one out because it's tying into your like my comic reading. So I think if you're already a captive audience for one or two of the properties, it works for them. I think it's basically feeding us fish that are already in the aquarium, and we're already here, we're already a captive audience. Yeah, sure, I'll swim on over here for a little bit, maybe try something out. Yeah, I got it. You know what? I had a little extra saved over on this paycheck. I might go ahead and indulge on a little something else here or there. I don't think this is a big, blockbuster making tons of money kind of thing, but I think it is neat seeing the smaller things such like audio books, comics, all that fun stuff kind of getting together going, hey, remember when we used to read comics and there'd be all the crossovers going through all the X-Men titles? Maybe we can do something like that. And for that audience, yeah, great. But beforehand, if it was like in Doomsday, thinking that they were going to be able to bring in, it felt like that they were going to try bringing in a whole new audience and that this was going to make millions. No, you'll bring in a few people, and then for us that already in it, we like it, we enjoy it. So that's the realistic for this. You have to set realistic expectations.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's because Doomsday was a completely new character. So how are you bringing people in with this new character? I would think that they would latch on something like, at least with Time Lord Victorious, they were latching on with the 11th Doctor. So there was something to relate to. With Doomsday, it was just this brand new character. And I know from a majority of friends, they weren't excited at all.
I agree wholeheartedly, because I really loved the Time Lord Victorious line angle. Got the email. I'm like, okay, here's my checklist. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay. Doomsday did not. I did nothing. It was already in the comic line that I was already reading, and I'm like, that's nice. It didn't hook me.
Third and final poll, real fast. Switch it over. We asked everybody on what was your take for Excelsis Dawns, starting Peter Davison. It was wonderful, 27%. It was okay, 53%. So people mildly enjoyed it. It wasn't great, 13%, and people at 7% wants Big Finish. So we're going to work on that, try to get that number down a little bit so people understand what Big Finish is. So, but yeah.
To be fair, there's not a lot. The people who didn't like it were not that many more than the people who didn't have a clue what it was.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
That speaks well of that story.
Yes.
Gotcha. So let's go to, unless anybody else wants to mention something, let's go ahead and go and run our commercial break. We got a special announcement, which is really odd because I've never announced a convention that will be taking place in 2027, but we can announce our first convention of 2027, which is really odd, but I love it. So unless anybody's got anything to say, Dave, let's go to commercial break.
All right, let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a marked man and broken. Write down, I didn't listen to that voicemail, or TikTok that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna...
tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in our second season, that's movies that make us happy. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the Legend.
Hello there, everyone. I'm Ashley Eckstein. Most of you may know me as the voice of Ahsoka Tano and also the founder of WHOniverse. And this is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Thank you, Ashley. Welcome back to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. For those of you just joining us, we're going to be reviewing the Doctor Who Big Finish audio, which is the second of 4 parts that we are going to be reviewing in honor of Anthony Head, the late great actor now. We will be reviewing Excelsis Rising. And plus, I got to torture Melanie with more. So we just had the commercials, and there's a Reanimator. This is a morning roast, a medium roast out there, yep. And because I love torturing Melanie, there we go. Smell.
It's just going to smell like a nice, finally, it's just a nice medium roast coffee. You're going to have like maybe some little chocolate notes. You might have more of a nuttiness kind of the note. You'll get a little bit of chocolate, maybe a little cherry. Not like flavor, but you know, if you know coffee, yeah, it's a nice blend.
I just
I love their
recently.
coffee. I love their coffee.
Oh God, I'm starting to because I'm just we're starting to sell this, and then we're going to be at conventions. We'll mention the upcoming conventions that we're going to be at, but we are going to be selling Coffee Shop of Horrors as well as the Kitchen Killers barbecue sauce at Ancient City Con, as well as Epicverse. So if you want to get these, you can go to their website, but with me, you don't have to pay for delivery, and it's only $16 a bag. And for the barbecue sauce, it's $14 a bottle. And Summer's in here because there's lightning outside. You heard her, right?
Yes. Let's say hi, Summer.
You want to say hi to Summer? Okay, there you go. Summer, you want to come up? Oh, you don't want to come up? Okay, never mind.
That's fine.
She's camera shy today. We're going to be go ahead and reviewing the episode Excelsis Dawn, Excelsis Rising, Excelis. I will never say it right, huh? At childhood's end. I will eventually get this. And what was it? The one that Melanie got me, and we did the interview on. Valale Shabalala. Valale Shalabalaba. Valale Shabalala.
Valele.
Valele?
Oh no, Valela. Valela Shama. Oh Lord, I need to see her name.
There we go. See, I'm not the only one. Okay.
Yeah, my turn.
Google Translate comes in very well for this.
She's an amazing, vivacious actress, and she was such a wonderful interview.
Speaking of actresses, famous.
Oh God.
Here's
There's the most famous one.
Hi, sweetheart.
She just likes to hug up the camera. Hey, no.
You love your daddy. Yes, you do.
Spoiled brat. Okay. Go down. Ow. No. Ow.
Like,
okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and do our review. What's going on with my camera? Oh, you've ruined my camera now. Thanks so much. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and give our review numbers. Let's go ahead and start with the circle. So Dave Chapman, what would you review this episode?
I'm going first, I think. I'm giving it a 5.
Give it a 5. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Could you write this down for me? I'm sorry, I don't have a pen and paper.
Yes, give me a moment. I can do that.
Thanks. Pulling up the notes. Melanie, what did you rate this episode?
It's a lower one for me as well, but I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay. Gadget, what did you rate it?
I was gonna give it a 6 also. I got confused.
Okay.
I got
Guess
confused.
What? We're the sign of the devil today, so I'm going to give it a 6 as well. So guess what, Dave?
I figured as much.
Without further ado, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to start with you. You gave it a 5.
I did.
Melanie, Gadget, and I are going to be the sign of the devil for this episode, so go ahead.
For this one.
For this one, yes.
Yes. No, I didn't love it. It felt like filler. It was a good connecting filler between the first part, Excelsis Rising, and the last part, which I haven't listened to yet, that we're doing next week, Excelsis Decays. There didn't really seem to be any reason to have this episode otherwise. There was some good banter between Anthony Stewart Head and Colin Baker, but not a lot of it. But it was good. There were some very good parts to it, but it just didn't go anywhere. It just kind of was there. It was probably one of the weakest Colin Baker episodes I've listened to, full stop.
Okay. So one good thing is that we had the banter between the two. One bad thing, it
just doesn't move.
It didn't move. It didn't move anything. It didn't move even though it was the middle episode out there.
Yeah.
If you were to tell the writer something, well, how would you improve this episode? Let me put it that way.
I'd almost go for a page 1 rewrite on it. Like, it's just, there's nothing there. There just isn't. You need a whole new story. Okay. Something that actually does something, rather than just kind of hangs out in this museum and just kind of, just hangs out there. They do a few things, but there's nothing to grab you. There's absolutely no hook to it, and that's what they needed.
Well, all right. Well, we're going to go around the circle, and Melanie, you gave it a 6.
And I give it a 6 based off that you need to listen to this as with the series. That helps bring it up a little higher because, again, I like Dave, I haven't listened to the next one, but basing completely off my other interviews, my reviews of Big Finish, they tend to be, if you have a set, it's you need to have that last one to hit the landing, to stick the landing. Right. 6 is a very kind rating for me. I really did like Anthony Head's performance in this one. I felt he had such a nice calming, he had a very calming voice in this that felt very authoritative. That this is now his role of, because he was Greyborn and now he's Keen. And he has this very authoritative kind of, this is what we do, blah, 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 blah. You could see that as a character, it's clearly the same character, but now he, after 1,000 years, he's grown, he's become more savvy to the politics of how society now is, that he isn't the head honcho, but he probably learned during his time that, hey, if I have the same face and I'm around for 1,000 years, I need to at least learn not to be at the very tippy top of the pyramid here when it comes to power, but kind of move a little bit better, not necessarily in the shadows, but where the real power is in the middle, where the higher ups, but not the Empress in this case. So I really liked that. Bad things were, so yes, good things, performances from the actors, everybody that came here came to play. I really liked that. Bad thing would be is honestly the writing. It's just to echo Dave, it didn't really, not necessarily, not that it didn't just not go anywhere. Everything felt very bottle episode, where everything happened in this museum and nothing else happened outside of it. And for Big Finish, I'm not used to that. I'm used to them having fun of almost like the same thing in a novelization or in a book. There's no budget in a book. You can go anywhere. Right. And in Big Finish, you can kind of do the same thing. You can go anywhere. It's a full performance audio drama. We can go in space and time. We can do many things. We can go to many different locations. I was kind of why are we still only just in this museum? And it felt like a very, very short story. Like, hey, where's the rest of this? So it left me wanting more. And I can agree to Dave's the assessment of start again and give me, like maybe if this was like the final draft, give me one more and tweak this a little bit more. Right. And it would have been a better rating. So I can't say I hate it. But yeah, it was a little disappointing. It's still enjoyable to listen to.
Well, I don't want to throw too much shade on this, but when I get to my rating, I'll bring it up out there when I get to it. But no, I'll say it now. If I had to buy each of these independently, like you can buy them independently, I would be like, no. It's like,
I would have been disappointed in the price if I bought this independently.
Exactly. I meant if I was just, I was thumbing through, Colin is in this one with Anthony Head. I'd really love to hear these two banter it off. So I'll just buy this episode and get it out over there. I would say, I don't think I got my money's worth as a
because when they did banter, when they did play off each other, it was wonderful. Wonderful sing, wonderful the two of them kind of jutting heads, but playing chess in a way. Absolutely wonderful with the and the pacing, the tone, the intrigue, how you could see how Keen wants to know, wait a minute, how did you change your body? I need to know this. And then even the doctor sussing out why he wants to do it, because he himself wants to replicate it. Yeah, all day. I mean, these are all fantastic things, but I wish there was a lot more meat on these bones.
Speaking of meat on the bones, you were the other 6. Gadget, bring us up.
Well, we got
one good thing, one bad thing.
They were dealing with the occult and everything, or some people think the occult, because they were using sonic vibration or wax filaments to record the people that have passed away and everything. So I thought that was being interesting and stuff, but What got me was it started out slow. I thought it was one of those stupid heist ones where, sometimes the funniest doctors where they start funny and then they end up being whatever and stuff.
Right.
And then the doctor tries to help and everything gets blamed for things he doesn't do and stuff, or because of hearsay and all the other things. And I was like laughing at that line that the doctor was saying. And then he just kept saying, I know this chap. How do I know this chap? It can't be him. It can't be him. And then all of a sudden you start hearing little things, seeing little things. They're having a seance, sort of. They're having all this stuff and everything. And then, like Mel said, he was questioning the doctor, like, how, after 1,000 years, spoiler, were you able to have this body and I'm stuck in this one with a raging headache that was screaming at him every 5 seconds because it didn't want to be in his head anymore of the Mother Superior. So it was like, I was just like, okay, whatever. And then I thought, when I was listening, I thought I listened to the wrong one. I thought it was the ending one because he's waiting for another body. He's waiting for whatever. And it's just an echo they're hearing. So is that the echo in the bone, or is it, like, what is going on? And I was so lost. It was just like, because you had a death, you had this, you had that, and then they went supernatural, and then they went, I was like, doctor, just get in your TARDIS and go. Just leave them to their own devices and go.
And there's some truth to that there.
Yeah.
What was the good thing?
The good thing was it was over. Because I couldn't take it anymore. I was sitting there. I said, how long is this thing? It was bad in a good way, meaning I was laughing at some points, but like I said, the good thing, it was over because I was so lost. It was, it went nowhere.
Gotcha. So siding with Dave on that, it was just like it was more of a filler than a story.
It's like when I watch anime and I fast forward through the episodes that you don't need.
Okay, gotcha. I think I got
like the recap episode, or the we're just now learning that he's 1,000 years old, like, and then you still know we have a handbag, it's like,
when the thing says you want to jump the intro section and go straight to the storyline, I got that.
That's how I felt with that other one that Nev had done, where one of them I wanted to fast forward through because it just felt like filler. But it was still good. Like, at least it captivated me, whereas this one was like, doctor, just get in your TARDIS before they blame you for anything else and get the hell out of there.
True. Okay. Well, it's my turn. And
yes, it is.
It's going to be bad.
Let
me put it this way, and I'll start with the bad. But I think you guys would agree with me. This needs to be a bigger box set. I think each one of them should have been about 2 episodes or 2 longer episodes, because I was still, the doctor's talking to Iris in Dawn's, and I'm just like, why was that even brought up? Well, I think they should have just either focus on that story or find a way to make Iris work in that she's a Time Lord with a TARDIS bus. But it just felt like they were going into something and then they just kind of teetered out. And I was like, okay, well, maybe that story will end up in Rising or in Decays. And it was just like, nope, it didn't. In fact, spoiler alert, Iris is not in the other 2 episodes. And I thought she might come back. And I said, you know what? She needs to come back. I think she needs to be a part of this. But so why even bring Iris into this? So I think there are a bunch of potentially great stories that didn't give the linear of time they needed, if that makes sense. This shouldn't have been 90 minutes or an hour. It should have been probably 3 hours for each story. I wanted to hear more banter between Iris and Peter Davison, or the 5th Doctor, I should say.
Yeah.
And I, like you, I really wanted more banter between Anthony and Colin. Because it started, we were getting our fix, and I was like, yeah, I love these 2 going off out there. And we didn't get enough. It was just like, oh, okay, we were being thrown so much into so many things that, like you said, I had to listen to it 2 or 3 times. I'm like, did I miss something along the way? They're in this museum, or who's dying, and we're now into the afterlife thing, and they're doing a seance. Just to bring it back a little bit, when we started doing when I heard about the afterlife thing, I was a little bit taken aback, and I know this sounds weird, but and I want your guys' take on this. When we had Dark Water, I think this was the first time ever that the afterlife was brought into to Doctor Who. I could be totally wrong about that, but the afterlife was brought in, and we're going to save Danny. Even though you betrayed me, go ahead and save Danny. So I thought it kind of leaves sci-fi a little bit when you go to that world, because we've never really been in there. And to me, it's like an explanation that we don't want to do. It's like, we know the Valyard's out there, but we don't really want to explore the Valyard, because I don't think he should have an ending, in my opinion. The Valyard's supposed to be his 12th and final incarnation. Well, whatever that is nowadays. But I don't think Paddy Hawkins said it himself, my friend. He said that he's an unexploded cannon bomb. And we know that it's there. We know the pin is out, but we never know when it's going to explode or when it ever will. When it came to the afterlife story, it's just like, it was almost like accepted. Like, here's the seance thing. So I found it like they were pulling out of the sci-fi realm a little bit too much, in my opinion. What do you guys think about that thesis right there?
I don't mind that they pulled out of the sci-fi and into a little bit more of the paranormal. They've done it before. They've done it right. They've done it better. It's they didn't do it terrifically. But it was just like, oh, we do it.
There's a fine line between magic and science, because each has their own version of chemistry.
True. But I think I wanted more of an explanation of how the seance worked. And
I agree with that, because in the beginning
it was
the
wax tubes.
Huh?
It was the image they kept on the wax tubes, like they said. They kept it on an image. The building absorbed the bodies and the sounds.
No, they compared the building to the wax tubes. There was no actual wax tubes. The building was the wax tubes.
Yeah.
There was no wax tubes.
Oh. What was that, Melanie? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. No, the how in the beginning that they said that they were going to bring in a seance person, and that how he went in, and when Keen basically tells the doctor, yes, we're going to bring in a seance person, because what happens is that we do the seance, and that he can speak that person can speak to the afterlife or what have you, and that he gives them the example of, hey, we did this before, and we were able to, hang and, try and hang the murderer of somebody else, because the victim who's deceased was able to pin it. And the doctor already says right out the gate, like, that's impossible. What on earth are you people talking about? I'm going to, it kind of comes off of I'm going to debunk this. And then we get to it, and he doesn't debunk it, and then it becomes a weird flimsy thing, because he does it again at when they find 2 more bodies, and the guy can now just listen to the ether, and then he brings up oh yeah, by the way, when we did the seance before, I had a feeling like the guy that was speaking was being forced to say those words. And I'm like, bro, wouldn't you have wanted to say that during the seance before it became case closed? And that what? So yeah, there was a lot of the more I think of it, the more there's more pieces that just weren't really written tightly.
I think
also the whole at the very end, okay, that doctor, great job, case closed, we don't know what's going on, blah blah blah. He goes into Stardust, and I'm just sitting here going, y'all, there's still like bodies in this museum. We did 4 people down, and we have 2 that we heard screaming for like hours, because I mean, that was the longest damn scream I've ever heard between the head and Mother Superior. So I was like, what is this? I'm slowly going down now. Everybody listen to this just to give me your low rating. So bad.
It was, the thing was, is there was so much potential. And I think one of the things which drove me insane was that everybody seemed to accept the doctor okay. He's not even from the planet. I mean, he's just like walking around doing his thing, and just like after a while, they were like questioning him, and then 5 seconds later, they were like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you do your thing." Yeah, I'm like, how did you just accept this guy? He's not even from your world. And, supposedly he's charged for murder. So I'm like, how did you just one day wake up and, 5 seconds later, it's okay for him to go screwing around with things. And the story between Anthony Head and Mother Superior jumped the gun. Yeah. It just seems so rushed. For better, it was rushed. I mean, there was so much potential that you could have stretched it out, had that discussion between Anthony and Colin, stretch it out. You could even go into that regeneration story a little bit more, but it was just kind of just like thrown out there. It didn't feel like it was connecting anything. I hope it does, but
I hope so. Because even like the dream thing where they like it was like all these little loose things that would just go out. It's like this man, the Keen kind of going into those parts where he's just screaming in turmoil. He's like, I need to be in a room by myself so I can lock it. And you realize, oh, it's Mother Superior. Like he has these weird things. You're like, oh, what is this? Is he being possessed? No, he can't sleep. And he has daydream, night terrors, and the day terrors or something. I don't know.
Can we get an explanation?
Moving on.
Right, exactly. Can we get an explanation?
Yeah.
What is this? Why? I don't need a full long 30-minute spiel on it. I just needed 2 minutes to decide. 2 or 5 minutes to an explanation to fulfill. Like, okay, this is not just.
That's why I thought it was the end one. I thought that was the ending. I thought that it was. I said, did I listen to the wrong one?
It was written by Stephen Moffat. That's all I can say. It's just like there's so many strings out there, and you just pull whatever you want to pull out of the sky, and just like, oh, okay, this is a thing, this is a thing, this is a thing, this is a thing. Okay, how do these things connect? I'm still back at Dawn's with Iris Wildtime. Why isn't she back? I mean, that would be perfect to have brought Katie Manning back and just help guide the Doctor a little bit more, and how it's her first appearance, so let's really make exactly. Thanks, thanks, Tom. It's her first appearance, so might as well use her throughout the whole series, and that would be cool to watch Iris how she had to handle 6 and 7 along the way. But she doesn't even show up. She's just like you said. This was filler, and there was so much potential to it, but I felt so bad. But one of the things I did appreciate, as Melanie mentioned, you could tell the difference between Anthony playing, I forgot the warrior Greyhorn, and the character now that was in this. You could tell, and he's less annoying. I liked it. I actually want him to read the phone book now, because he was just him and
he was smart and cunning and
exactly.
I was there. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I love all the chess pieces on the board. I just did not like the game that was played.
Yeah. So I still would recommend people to listen to these 2 episodes and the third one coming out. It's not bad. It's just that when you get to this part, don't have high expectations for things. This is just basically an episode to have Colin and Anthony have verbal spatting, and that's really the only good thing about it. There was so much potential in there. It just felt like somebody said, okay, you have 1 hour to write this story and it has to link up with these 2 stories, so figure it out. And I think that's where it just fell through, but wasn't bad. It just it's not something I would recommend to a friend, saying, oh, okay, what's about, give me something to start off with Big Finish. This would not be a story that I would. This would be somebody who would have to be kind of educated about knowing Classic Who. This is not something I would push anybody. And that when we do our shows here, that was one of the things I tried to make clear when we establish something, that we get a lot of new audiences on almost a daily basis. So we want to treat a new audience coming into the Traveling TARDIS like this is the first episode they're watching. So we try to ease them in and tell them what's going on. And with that series, I would not recommend anybody who did not know Classic Who. Do not recommend. Don't go into that territory until you start getting familiar with Classic Who. So
yeah.
This one, I don't think you would even have to need to know Classic Who. You wouldn't have to know anything, because you would just spend all the Doctor lands inside of a museum. Shenanigans occur.
Yeah.
bodies are there. We don't know what's going on, and then the doctor leaves. I mean, honestly, it could have been
Any doctor.
any doctor, really. As long as it happened after 5. Because you just the timey-wiminess of, or not even, it could have been the first, it could have been any doctor as long as it wasn't 5. Because even then, it could have been like the second doctor could have landed here. And still, Keen would have been like, Greyvorn would have looked at him one way, you're not the same one.
Mm-hmm.
But then at least the doctor would play off, oh, what are you talking about? Because at least he knows that you have regenerations.
Right.
So you could even have more playing that way. But yeah, I don't think you necessarily
Keen accepted it. He goes like, you're that guy. I'm just like,
yep.
How do you know? He doesn't even look the same. He doesn't even act the same. But somehow or another, you put 2 and 2 together and figured this out.
And he even kind of pulled it out a little by little, which I thought was really cool. And how because when he really zeroed in on, no, I know you're the same doctor, but you're not, with his little yes or no questions.
Mm-hmm.
And then even beforehand, him asking, so did you not travel on a big bus and something, something? I loved that. I love that. Yes, exactly.
Like when you guys brought up the thing about the other doctors, I would have loved one of the older doctors that had not met him, and then see what would have happened. You know what I mean?
I think the dialogue should have been played out more for the time. Just like when he asked him, like Melanie said, and he's like, have you traveled on a bus? And he goes, well, I've traveled on a lot of buses. What are you talking about? He's still trying to throw off the scent, even though Keen is, for a better term, Keen is keen on what's going on. The doctor still can verbally throw him off and go like, do I look like a guy with celery on my lapel? And just continue to throw him off. But
they made fun of his coat and everything, going, well, he clearly wasn't dressed to do to steal anything tonight.
Yes, that's right.
And earlier I thought I saw something move over there. It was just a tablecloth. Loved that.
I feel safe in this museum. I feel safe with that security. Yes, I would. All righty. Well, anybody got any reviews in the chats out there?
No. I don't know that anyone's listened to this one because we got no reviews in the chats.
Gotcha. No, that's right. I mean, this is one of those rarities that happens, and this is the second episode of 3, if you want to count it, and 4 if you want to put it in the Bernie Summerfield. So, did anybody have anything before we go ahead and wrap up this review?
No, we've had a very quiet chat today.
Okay.
I think it's summertime because everybody's probably out.
Everyone's just blown that we have the world's loudest person in the chat. Everyone's just kind of blown.
Or they're watching the World Cup because I heard Canada did something.
Yeah, we made it to the round of 16.
Yeah.
We're gonna get crushed by Morocco. Mm-hmm. This is the farthest our men's team has ever gotten. So super excited there.
All I'm saying, Melanie, is if the U.S. wants to dominate the world, we just send everybody ranch dressing, and everybody will fall to them.
It was getting worse. It was getting worse.
I just love watching these videos of people coming out and going like, "Oh my god, free refills!"
Yeah,
it's like, we get free refill. Oh my god, you mean you can get more than a cup?
All those little things that we take for granted, or if we travel elsewhere, they're all feeling what AC is.
Dan says he's listening.
Nice.
What's that?
Dan just said he's listening.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Thank you for the preview. So it's okay. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that people haven't seen the episode, or I should say, listened to the episode. So yeah, I know that, like I said, this is one of those rarities that comes out, and we really wanted to do this because of the tribute to Anthony Head, who was also in School Reunions. You want to check out him being in an actual Doctor Who episode. School Reunion is best. Comes with Sarah Jane Smith and K9 return with the 10th Doctor. So that was really a cool episode.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, did you have any last minute things before we go ahead and go to the convention announcements?
Just wanted everybody to tune into my second channel at 5 p.m. tomorrow for a surprise and everything. We might have something to help the wilderness years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, check out Gadget Pendragon on her YouTube, Facebook page.
I put it in the comments and everything. It's supposed to premiere at 5. Hopefully it all works because I'm using the free studio.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's a little crazy.
For those of you who are following us around, I put this backwards. Sorry. The next convention we're going to be at is at Epicverse in. Hang on, let me take down the banner. Sorry, let me take down the banner. There we go. In Longwood, August 21st to the 22nd. Again, reminder, August 21st is a Friday, so just plan accordingly. Free admission, free parking, and this will be the first time we're having a convention. This will be the first Epicverse convention, I should be saying. And we are very excited to be going there to this for our very first time, for this very first con. So Epicverse, August 21st to the 22nd. Fast forwarding into the next month, we will be, oh, look at those awesome guys right there. We'll be going to Ancient City Con over in St. Augustine, Florida. If you haven't done it, it's going to be taking place September 25th to the 27th, but as Melanie and I will attest, make sure you take a couple days to go and visit and tour around St. Augustine. It is well worth it. It's going to be taking place at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort. And I've told Melanie we're going to Caddyshack.
Let's plan.
Make sure you have the gopher. Make sure you bring the gopher.
We'll do a meetup.
What about gophers?
We'll do a meetup at the Caddyshack.
Yeah, exactly. It's just right across. It literally is just right next door. But to get your tickets and to definitely, if you haven't gotten a room yet, now's a good time. AncientCityCon.com, September 25th through the 27th. Now, I'm not exactly sure about this one, but Mark, our Candy Man, has asked us to announce this. Gets to be announced soon. A Gallifrey Gathering. So I'm sorry, I'm going to read this because I'm not sure what this is. Sunday, 15th November, taking place 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Telford.
Shropshire.
Shropshire.
I think it says Shropshire.
Shropshire.
I think it's an oak or it's a shrap. I can't read.
That's okay. Well, Mark comes back. As the sign says, tickets and details are coming soon. So hopefully Mark will have an updated
Shropshire, yeah.
Yes.
And it's his mom's birthday today. Happy 75th. Mark's mom.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Mom.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. And we are happy to announce possibly a new con coming up in our arsenal of cons. But we never announced the following year this early. So as of 2027, if you want to check out UltraCon now, that will be taking the weekend prior to Ancient City. And we will be there in 2027. The dates are, I don't think they have the dates yet because they haven't had this convention as of yet. There might be a chance we might come. We're not sure. Still working out the details, but we're going to say we're not going to be there. But we want to give, as we all do for our friends out there, we want to give them the love and support. So you can visit them this year, September 18th through the 20th at UltraCon. Get their tickets now at ultraconcity.com. And it'll be in West Palm Beach, Florida. And tell Irving Santiago that we sent you. So hopefully there is a slim chance that we might come, but we are still talking to Irving right now. But plan that we may not be going, but we're definitely going with the Daleks of Florida next year in 2027. And the Daleks of Florida will also be here at Ancient City, as well as Melanie.
Yes.
So yeah, Melanie Dean will be out there. So if you want to see the lovely Melanie Dean, she will be at Ancient City Con.
We need to plan a meetup.
Dan got the barbecue sauce.
Shropshire.
Maybe. Oh, hey, Billy Floyd. Yep. Billy Floyd. Don't forget, you get the barbecue sauce right there. Email kitchenkillers@gmail.com. And make sure you put TARDIS somewhere in the description and you get 10% off of your delivery. And with that, everybody, just a quick run around. Dave, where can people find you?
You can find me all over the internet. So you can find me on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow. Thursday, that is 2 days from now, you'll see me and Melanie talking about Labyrinth and that premieres 8 p.m. Eastern time on the Happiness Patrol channel. And Horses on Film every other Monday, youtube.com/@horsesonfilm. And of course, my own channel, youtube.com/therathole, DOTCA. That's therathole.ca, but YouTube does not like URLs in their URLs.
Melanie, where can people find you?
I finished my murals. I need to start putting those pictures up on Instagram. There you could see it at Pieces of Melee. To echo what Dave said, sometimes most of the time you will see me at Happiness Patrol on YouTube. I can't wait till we start talking about I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I cannot wait. This is my favorite movie. I love that movie so much. And they all haven't seen it, so this is going to be fun, y'all. What else? I'm so sorry. This should be faster. Oh, Earth Station Who. You can see me there. We're right now only doing it like once a month, so you could go onto the Earth Station 1 network and you can find it, Earth Station Who, wherever else fine podcasts are done. Ta-da, that's enough.
Gadget, bring us home. Where can people find you?
Bronx Comic Con, Anime NYC, and I will hopefully be releasing New York Comic Con if they confirm something, as well as Lulu.com. And like I said, tune in tomorrow night to catch a surprise. You can scan the QR code if I can get the QR code to work and everything, if it wasn't so blurry. But you can tune into my second channel. There was a link I sent to everybody, but
there we go.
Yep. It's going to be at 5 p.m. tomorrow. There's a surprise for everybody, but that gives you a clue on what's going on to help with the wilderness years.
Got it. And everybody, Thank you for joining us. Don't give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week to do Excelsis Decays with the Seventh Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. So be on the lookout for that, and be on the lookout for all of our social media. Also, make sure you check the Reverend Amagon on his site at Tasty Cakes on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, folks, and don't forget to say goodnight to Simon on the way out. And until the next adventure, everybody, thank you for joining us. Tony, take us out.
Night, Simon.
Good night, Simon.
Night, Simon. Right, all.
Bye.
Push the button. Push the button.
Push the lever.
I said you.
Where's
I pushed the
I pushed the